What other films came out this month?
Another patron saint of the podcast, Michael Keaton, did a movie
Hmm.
called One Good Cop,
Hmm.
which is which is a weird hybrid of gritty cop drama and melodramatic kid adoption film.
Hmm.
Like melodramatic adoption or adopting a melodramatic kid?
Both, because the kids overact in this too. That some of the kids try real hard to be precocious and beatific, but luckily Michael Keaton comes out of it unscathed, but the movie itself kind of has a misguided message at the end because he's kind of but they just let it go because he's a good family man, so it's okay if he steals drug kingpin's money and uses it for his kids. It's okay.
I mean, yeah, sure.
Oh.
Totally not considered stealing evidence.
No.
One good cop can save the bunch, I guess. Not a title that would happen today.
Stephen King adaptations, sometimes they come back. I think Stephen King has a weird phobia of greasers.
That movie. Okay, I didn't know that was
a movie with Tim Matheson about a bunch of these college or high school greasers that come back from the dead to haunt this man from his past. It's pretty schlocky. It's not very good.
Yeah.
It definitely, you could tell it was one of those short stories that they expanded that can't get past the written page because it was probably only 20 pages. It just isn't feature length. So they put a lot of padding in there. FX2, the sequel to the sleeper FX. I see Jimmy doesn't even know what FX is.
Yeah,
it's a pretty belated sequel too. I think it came like 5-6 years after the original. The original is really good. It's Brian Brown, the Australian from Cocktail.
You know him.
Wait, do I?
No, you don't.
Yeah,
He's never seen a Brian Brown film, I can tell you.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. It's him and Brian Dennehy team up. He's a special effects artist who goes undercover to pretend to do a mob hit so that this witness can testify against the mob, but something goes awry. That's the first film. The second film is almost like a rinse repeat, but it's almost a little too comedic, and the gadgets get way too MacGyver-esque. Like there's an animatronic clown that goes along with his movements based on this tech suit that he puts on. And I'm like, this thing's getting away with way too much. I don't think real special effects guys, Stan Winston couldn't even rig up something like this. It's a little too implausible. One of the best movies of Ron Howard's directorial career, Backdraft, came out.
Oh yeah.
Some spectacular fire pyrotechnics.
There we go.
Yes.
There? He said the word of the day.
I think the mystery
Absolutely
in the movie is a little rote. The mystery behind who the arsonist is a little rote. Honestly, didn't really need it. I actually like the sibling rivalry between William Baldwin and Kurt Russell more in the movie. But I understand they needed like a big action spectacular at the end.
So it feels like that was the thing they did back then. Like they needed some sort of like villain every time, and the fire couldn't be the only villain.
Right. They had to make a human villain. It could be man versus nature.
Yeah.
De Niro's in this as well in supporting role.
Oh, I never knew that.
Yeah.
I've never seen it.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen Backdraft?
No.
Yeah, it was terrifying.
Oh.
Well, I mean, because my family is mostly firefighters, so they watched that a lot when I was a kid. This is what my cousins were into. So, but I'm like, I don't like this at all.
Yeah.
Not because it was a bad movie, but because I'm like, I'm just dreaming about fires now.
Kind of why I never wanted.
The second unit was on this did a fantastic job.
It was very well done.
Underrated vanity project from Bruce Willis, Hudson Hawk.
Ooh, we almost picked this for the month.
Right. I don't know how everybody's mileage would have fared with this movie, though. Some of it's just outre, just to be oddball. But I like the energy behind it. It's very exuberant. Bruce Willis looks like he's enjoying himself, which you never see nowadays.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he looks like a grumpy old man in everything he does nowadays.
Looks tired.
Yes. He looks like he needs a nap.
Yeah.
In this, he's fully invested. He's the moonlighting character that you want throughout the whole movie. So, underrated gem out there.
Yeah.
Only the Lonely, which is one of the rare opportunities for John Candy to play a romantic lead. It's him and Ali Sheedy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, real quick, what year does John Candy die?
95.
95? Okay, all right. We still have time.
Yeah, I'm sure.
We still have time to squeeze in a John Candy
There's
movie.
one I actually want to do in 92. Yeah. So maybe we'll do that.
Like John Candy was like one of my favorites as a kid.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Like, hey, you made some good movies.
Oh yeah. We'll probably talk about an underrated movie of his in 92 if it's the one I'm thinking of.
Oh, interesting. There's one in 91 that we could do for August.
Oh, this is the one I'm thinking of, maybe.
Yeah. We'll talk about it after. No, Delirious?
Yes.
Yeah. Is that what you said?
Yeah, I said as your writer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe we'll do that for August.
This movie's actually pretty good. I think it's John Hughes, the producer, he wrote it. But it's actually good. He plays like a henpecked Chicago cop who is falling in love with Ali Sheedy, but his mom is constantly intruding on them. Maureen O'Brien, I believe her name is. It's a really good movie.
So she's an old-time actress?
Very soothing and pleasant. Yes, she was big in like the 40s, 50s.
Yeah, she was in, I don't know if it was How Green Is My Valley or one of those big things.
Yeah. So this was almost like Debbie Reynolds doing Mother. Like, oh, we got like this really esteemed actress to be in this movie.
Still around too.
Oh, really? Wow. She outlived John Candy. Crazy.
Oh yeah.
A Ridley Scott movie that's pretty famous for the ending, Thelma and Louise.
Oh, which I never saw. What? I don't want spoilers. No.
Yeah, I'm sure the ending to this has been parodied to death.
Yeah, everyone knows how this ends. You know Thelma and Louise, right?
No, I've never seen it.
You don't know the ending?
Yeah, I don't know the ending.
Jeff, you know the ending, don't you?
I do.
I bet if you...
I'm not going to talk about it.
Jimmy, did you see...
I'm not going to be the
Wayne's World 2?
Did I see what?
Wayne's World 2.
Oh, yeah.
They parodied that in Wayne's World 2. Maybe when we get to it, you'll recognize it.
So, like, I watched the first Wayne's World movie like 1,001 times, and I've seen like Wayne's World 2 like maybe like 5 times.
Yeah.
So like I don't like if I know they parody a lot of things in those movies. It's just in Wayne's World 2, if they parodied
Pyrotechnics.
Pyrotechnics parodied everything with A today.
Yeah. If they had made fun of I'm Porky Pig over here. If they had made fun of Thelma and Louise and the ending, like I wouldn't be able to pick anything out from my memory.
Yeah, I know it from The Simpsons, but
okay, yeah.
Yeah.
The movie itself is pretty good. I haven't seen it in years, so I can't give you a full reappraisal of it, but I remember it being pretty good. Brad Pitt has an early role in this.
Mm-hmm.
I guess it's one of the few Ridley Scott movies to feature women as leads.
Yeah, that is interesting. He doesn't really tend to have that.
Yeah. And honestly, my favorite movie of the month, this isn't gonna surprise Tristan, Soap Dish.
Oh, right.
It's basically a satire on daytime soap operas with Kevin Kline, Sally Field, Elizabeth Shue, Carrie Fisher, a young Robert Downey Jr.
As a horny writer.
Yes.
He's always trying to go with the main actress.
Yeah. Which is Kathy Moriarty.
Mm-hmm. Who we saw in Kindergarten Cop.
Yes. Briefly. Thought she was going to have a bigger role.
She has enough.
Yeah. But the screwball timing in this movie is impeccable. To me.
Yeah. I liked it fine. I just was I think I overrated it in my head before I saw it, and it's good, but not great. I think it's worthwhile if you like any of those actors just to see how they were in '91.
Yeah.
Like it's cool to see a young Robert Downey Jr. again. Kevin Kline's one of my favorite actors. Sally Field is a lot of fun. This is a chance for her to not be. She gets sterner as she gets older because she gets the motherly roles, but that's kind of what Hollywood does with people. So this is kind of her last gasp as like leading lady, comedic powerhouse, you know.
Yeah, right before like Mrs. Doubtfire and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah, she's kind of put to the side by Robin Williams' antics in that.
Right.
But she's steady in that film, so she's the anchor that makes that film good. That people,
Well, she does have.
they underrate her.
She has hilarious moments in the movie. Mostly her reactions.
She's the best part of Soap Dish, but that's again, she's the anchor. So it's kind of like the window between Gidget and Mrs. Lincoln. So
yeah, but it's got that rat-tat-tat dialogue, very Howard Hawks-esque.
Mm-hmm. Who directed that one? Sorry, I put you on the spot.
Yeah, sorry, I should know this.
Hey, I messed up. Maureen O'Hara's dead, so.
Michael Hoffman, I believe.
Yeah. Maureen O'Hara would be 101 next month.
Oh.
She did outlive John Candy by 10 years, though.
Thanks. And now we get to Poster Boy.
John Candy was 94, actually.
Yeah, I was a year off. Well, his last film comes out in 95. That bad
Wagons East.
Right. Oh wow,
yeah.
95.
That's what I was thinking about because they still had a film. He was filming that movie and died.
Yeah.
So let's get into Poster Boy.
Jeff, you got two this week.
Oh boy.
Oh
yeah.
And I remembered to set it so you can actually show me the.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
I literally just watched this last night so I can talk.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh boy. Yeah, what I want is for you to describe it and then try to tell us what you would make a film out of, I guess.
Okay. So, white background, and there's a giant smoking gun with some dude in a suit sitting on top of the barrel. And below the barrel is a woman in mostly a man's clothes with the pants dangling down, hanging down for her life.
Dangling.
And the shirt's just big enough to make it look like she's wearing a skirt.
Yes.
Yeah, it's covering things.
Yeah, sure.
You don't
wearing the necktie, which leads me to believe that she's totally just wearing his clothes.
Right.
All right. It's a Blake Edwards film.
Yeah, I didn't blur out the other actors in the film because that shouldn't really tell you what it is.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I'm just going to take a wild guess here as to who they are. Bill Dwyer and Jennifer Aniston.
We'll come back to that. I'll give you another chance.
Or what's his face? Steve Guttenberg.
Oh, that's a good pick for back then.
Guttenberg and I don't know. I have no idea. Okay. Honestly, this is either some law comedy or mob comedy or just a murder gone wrong comedy.
He's
because
close.
the smoking gun could either be metaphorical or it's just a literal smoking gun. But obviously, I think...
Yeah, what would you make out of this?
I think this dude was sent to assassinate this woman and then ends up seducing her. And
God, that would have been a better movie.
Yeah. But then there's like Wall Street hijinks happening in the background. Or
you had a little bit of a right track in one of those thoughts.
You know what's interesting?
Is it the lawyer one? Is it something like it's a legal defense? They've got the smoking gun, but then he somehow bungles it all up.
It's interesting. We've had 3 posters I can think of off the top of my head that have had similar themes in the plot.
Mm-hmm.
And this
The
one
very first poster
doesn't give away the spiritual angle of the plot. You wouldn't know.
Angle. Oh no,
Jimmy's trying to think of it too.
I think I know this. I think I know this movie.
Is one of them a guardian angel?
Oh, do you know who it is?
I don't know who it is, but I think I might have seen this movie.
Is there Morgan Freeman in it?
No, but you wouldn't be far to think that he was, maybe.
Sure. I think the next thing
is this a prequel to Angels in the Outfield?
Oh God, no, it is not. Tony
won't get shot.
The plot is the next thing that I uncover. So you already gave us a decent enough film that might be better than this. So the next thing I'll ask is one last chance to who they are. But why don't you read?
Okay, wait.
What,
to guess who they
what
are.
the plot is.
I have no idea. That hair.
This gives away the plot again, like several other films.
Gary Shandling and
with the hair.
Again, I would have liked it then.
Yeah.
Bonnie Hunt.
That's a good one.
Oh, that's a good choice. Yeah, that's a good one.
I know. I've seen this.
Why don't you read the
you have seen this?
Steve and Walter used to have a preference for blondes. Then Steve was murdered and came back as one. Being a woman make him a better man. Oh no.
So yeah, I know. I was right. I did see this movie.
You did? Okay, cool.
Oh, good.
Don't remember the title though, so that's great.
What would you call this plot? Because I guarantee you, just like Oscar, you're never gonna get it. Like,
it's not a person's name.
No. Yeah. Firing blanks.
Better title.
Oh my God. I have no idea. Like that plot just throws me. Like
what happens when somebody changes genders? They not transition. That'd be funny if this is called transition. No.
One in the Chamber.
That is a film, I think.
Yeah.
It's okay. We'll get to the title in a minute. The next thing that's a one-word title. That's good.
The Wire Reloaded.
The next thing I uncover is their name. So why don't you take one last shot?
Honestly, with that hair, it could be literally anyone.
I know.
Yeah.
I think I was pretty close though.
Yeah. Want me to just give it to you?
Sure.
That's great.
What?
Yeah. It's Jimmy Smits and Ellen Barkin.
Actually, I have no idea who Barkin is. I never would have guessed that.
I had a feeling, yeah.
Jimmy Smits and Ellen Barkin.
You saw Ocean's 13 with us, right?
Probably.
Yeah, she was the
different time in my life.
Yeah, lead. She's
okay.
The one that's trying to get back at Al Pacino.
Okay. Yeah, well, Jimmy Smits. Okay. Nice.
So you're probably never going to get this. I think Reload is a better title too. But
Itch.
Yep. As simple as that.
Okay.
The big reveal is that it's Jimmy Smits of all people.
Yeah, right.
That poster's misleading because it makes it look like he was the guy that got killed.
Oh.
And he got reincarnated as the woman.
Yeah, I guess I could see that. Maybe because you were telling me as we were choosing Poster Boy, I didn't get confused. Because I understood that they were two separate people.
I remember from not vividly, but like I remember like before he switches, isn't he like in a bathtub with women the night before?
He has a really good memory of this. Yeah, he gets drowned in a jacuzzi.
As soon as like you brought this poster up and I saw her in like basically men's clothes, I'm like, wait a minute, this might be, and then my brain's whatever. Goddamn, so crazy that I remember this movie.
Yeah, how old were you?
I probably seen it on TV when I was like 7 or 8.
That's not kosher. This is a rated R.
You know, it's funny.
I mean, it was probably like edited to like
20-something years. Well,
I on TV, movie, so like
I probably won't.
Yeah,
or maybe I saw it with my cousins when I was older. Between 8 and 11.
Is it any good, Corey?
It's terrible. It's probably one of the worst Blake Edwards movies I've ever seen. He seems to in the 90s in particular and the late 80s, he seems to have this preoccupation with his midlife crisis. So all of the leading men in his movies are womanizing Lotharios who learn their lesson by the end to settle down.
Huh.
And the movie tries to make light of date rape.
Why are we?
Wow.
And it's all forgiven because the whole reason that the Ellen Barkin character can get back into heaven is if a woman falls in love with her character, and when the baby's born, it's a daughter, so the daughter falls in love with him. So by virtue of that, don't ask about it. I see your face right now.
Tristan and my facial expressions right now are like, what?
It's all magical realism, don't you know?
This is
whatever.
That don't analyze the plot.
Speaking of natural realism, I got another poster for you, Jeff.
okay.
Oh, I got to click on it again.
Yeah.
Movie's almost as horrifying. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Okay.
This is a little more accurate.
All right. So we've got a joyriding pink convertible with a Hollywood license plate.
A jive-talking black man.
On the hood is some dude holding what seems to be a blow-up doll come to life. And he looks like he's trying to be a James Dean type. But behind them, presumably driving the vehicle, is some off-the-wall black man. Like all sorts of
the best kind of black man,
colorful accoutrements, who is saying something in a speech bubble that's been blurred out. So some sort of joyride movie. I have absolutely no idea. Oh, wait a minute, hang on, she's got a tag on her ankle. I don't know if that's supposed to be a price tag or a toe tag. Perhaps she was dead at one point.
Oh,
so I don't know.
Good eye.
It's like if he bought a blow up doll that came to life or something, or like one of those real girl type things in the 80s. And okay, so I think what happened, this guy bought a sex doll, and the guy driving the pink convertible is a genie type. And he makes some sort of like, one of his 3 wishes is for his blow up doll to come to life so that he has a date to the prom. And then the other 2 wishes are the rest of the movie. And I'm guessing because it's in Hollywood, this whole thing takes place in Hollywood.
Yeah, why not?
This was like the first version of Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Oh, God. A little further from the truth, but yeah.
And yeah, so and then the genie driving the black Cadillac tries to accidentally kill them all.
So this is a sequel, but I don't know how the first one goes. Is he actually a genie?
Is this Maximum Overdrive?
No. In the first movie, is he a genie?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
This has sorcery elements that were not in the first movie.
Okay.
None of the same characters.
You were along the right track, Jeff.
Okay.
Where she comes to life. So that isn't too far from the truth. I think I did this a
Weird
little bit
Science too.
Different 80s classic. Why would she have a price tag?
Oh, is this Mannequin?
Ooh, Mannequin 2.
Or close
Nice.
to it. She is a mannequin.
Mm-hmm.
That came to life.
So
and he's a lowly shop clerk.
Mm-hmm. So that pink at the bottom, the writing is Mannequin 2, but I'll have you guess 3 separate things from this.
Okay.
What would you, knowing what, have you ever seen Mannequin?
I haven't, no.
Okay, so what is the exact plot of Mannequin? She comes to life and he romances her. I don't know if she comes with him and stays real, Corey?
Actually, I was wrong. There was an Egyptian curse put on her.
Oh, okay.
First movie.
Okay.
It's Andrew McCarthy and Kim Cattrall.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's almost like Splash.
Okay.
It was supposed to be like, I thought Mannequin was like a horror.
No.
Really?
So
all this time I
House
thought
of
it was
Wax.
supposed to be a horror movie.
That's really funny. That's the Twilight. There's a Twilight Zone episode where mannequins come to life, and then they forget they're mannequins, and then the mannequins are like, "Come back to us." So, so here's my question for you: since you kind of were on the right track with the actual movie, what would you give as a tagline? Because I guarantee it's not what you think this is.
Oh my god.
I don't even know what that bubble is.
I don't think it's something to do with joyriding.
Ooh, he's close.
Hang on, I got this.
Just pull your best Don Draper out and come up with a good log line.
Don't pull the tag off unless you're ready to ride.
That's a long tag.
This one's a long tagline. It's also not, I think, accurate to the plot, but we'll find out. Let me just give it to you.
Okay.
I gotta click again.
She's been frozen for 1,000 years. Now it's time to break the ice.
What?
I don't think they had mannequins back then.
What are you talking about, poster?
What is this,
It's a
Rita
wooden
Repulsa,
statue.
the movie?
Why is it 1,000 years, Corey?
An evil wizard put that curse on her.
Is the dude in the car the evil wizard?
No.
He's a friend.
I think the evil wizard is Terry Kaiser.
Okay.
Yeah, Terry Kaiser from Weekend at Bernie's. He's Bernie.
Oh. Okay.
So he knows something about inanimate objects, like this court.
Yeah. I'll give you a little bit of a chance. What do you think Meshach Taylor is saying back there in the bubble?
Here we go again.
Cowabunga.
Give a guess.
Groovy.
Don't do drugs. Stay in school.
Okay, that's too many words. It is woohoo, I'm back.
Back from where?
Why not?
Wait, what?
Why did they
He's in the
have,
first film as like their friend.
why did they
So
have to put that in?
Clearly, they could only get Meshach Taylor to come back for the sequel, and he's funny, so let's throw him on the poster. And he's zany, so
Why do they put
What do you
the
want?
speech bubble on the poster?
I don't know. But that's
It looks like it was one of those, like, an afterthought sticker that they put on the box that then
Mhm.
later someone decided should go on the poster.
It sure does. This is also the only image we could find of this movie. It's clearly someone like uploaded a folded poster because there's lines going through it. So this is probably a kind of a rare version of it. But one last thing, since we do know it's Mannequin 2, what do you think the subtitle should be?
Escape from LA.
Yeah, Snake Plissken's in the back.
Yeah, that's the tire treads.
Back in action.
That's not a bad one.
It's close.
Back to
Looney
the stock room.
Coming
Something. I don't know.
It's a preposition.
to life. Yeah.
On the move. Oh, they actually spelled out 2.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Mannequin 2
Yep.
on the move.
All right, that's enough of this.
Yeah.
What a film. Wait, who is the guy?
William Ragsdale from Fright Night.
Oh,
of course.
okay. I never recognize him.
Another piece of
I thought it
trivia.
was Jonathan Silverman.
The director directed some cult classics. He did Tammy and the T-Rex, Ice Pirates, and Mac and Me.
Oh, yes.
Mac and Me.
Maybe we'll talk about Mac. Or we passed that.
Yeah, Mac and Me's
Not
the
in the
80s.
90s.
Yeah, Mac and Me's like
It
80s.
is, but it did come back into life recently.
88.
It's always relevant. Well, just in light of What About Bob, I figured I'd ask. Here's a question for all of you. Do you remember when we did Quick Change, which was our first Bill Murray movie on the podcast?
Mhm.
What we said our picks of the month were? Were they Bill Murray movies? I'm just testing your memory now.
Do you know?
Yeah, I looked it up.
I immediately forget everything once we finish recording.
Yeah,
Right.
I have the memory of goldfish.
Movies that were tributes to the
Gil.
80s.
Well, it was Christmas when the podcast was coming out, so we all said our favorite Christmas films, which Jimmy actually lucked out and said Scrooge.
Oh,
So he
perfect.
actually did say Bill Murray movie. So I was thinking we could either do favorite Bill Murray movie, favorite Richard Dreyfuss movie, or favorite Frank Oz film.
Let's do Frank Oz.
Frank Oz.
I don't know that we're gonna do him again. So
Little Shop of Horrors. Oh.
Damn, dude.
I have Audrey 2 tattooed on my leg, so I win this argument.
Okay, fair enough. We'll take that. Jeffrey. No.
I'm not
I'm
going
gonna
to
bring
bring
it
you
up.
guys because I don't bend that way, but
What, In
The
and Out?
movies he directed,
Yeah.
30 Rotten Scoundrels. Then.
Mm-hmm. I'm showing Jimmy his filmography.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I see what he's done. Wow.
What he's done.
Wow. Okay. So like, there's not really a whole lot for me to choose from because.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. I got my pick.
What is it?
I'm going first.
Why not?
Indian in the Cupboard.
Oh, good one. I never
wow.
Oh, no, it's a good movie. I liked
to
it.
see it. Yeah. Yeah.
You're
I'm gonna go with Bowfinger.
Oh, Bowfinger's great.
Yeah. I would say we could still do a Richard Dreyfuss because I don't know if we'll ever cover him again. I'm just curious for the sake of knowing. But I feel like we'd all say Jaws.
Yeah, no.
Actually, I might say Close Encounters because that's more of a Richard Dreyfuss movie.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Holland's Opus.
It's a good one.
It's a good one. Let me see.
Also,
What-
this
Actually,
movie.
I really like Stakeout and Another Stakeout.
I think that might have been what I was gonna say. Where's his filmography?
5.
There we go. What was I gonna say? I'm showing Jimmy again.
Wait, he was in American Graffiti?
Yeah, that's his big breakout.
Graffiti.
Nominated for Best Actor.
I actually never seen American Graffiti, so like I can't be like, oh, he was in that.
I just watched. Oh, that's what I was gonna do. That's why I didn't bring it up. So if you want to scroll,
Yeah, I'll
Yeah,
I'm gonna go with Let It Ride.
I don't know if that holds up.
Underrated film for sure.
Does
He
it hold up?
plays a gambler who's down on his luck at the racetrack, runs into a bunch of different problems. It's just a nice little film.
Used to be
Wait.
on.
Wait, hold on. Hold on. Did I read that right?
Gryffindor Tribe, yeah.
No.
Yeah,
He's in James and the Giant Peach as Mr. Centipede?
Yeah.
Why'd you get
Oh,
so
wow. Mr. Centipede was my favorite character in that movie.
Oh.
So, okay, right? This is going to be James and the Giant Peach.
Okay, cool.
All right.
Yeah, that's a good
I
film.
was also going to say Stand By Me, too.
Oh, good film.
Oh, that's good.
Kind of just the end though.
He
But
played- yeah, but still.
he's very fitting as the writer. Yeah, all good
I
films.
think it was like it's funny because I first saw him in Jaws, and I kept getting him, even though they weren't even in the same movie. I kept getting him confused with Philip Seymour Hoffman, and so for years I would hear like in my brain when someone said Richard Dreyfuss, I would think Philip Seymour Hoffman, and vice versa. I'm like, they're not the same
Do you
person.
think he did meth?
Wait, was Richard Dreyfuss in Poltergeist?
No, that's Craig T. Nelson.
Okay.
Mr. Incredible.
Coach.
Okay.
Well, anyway, don't forget to rate, subscribe, review, comment, tell all your friends. I do see a lot of people subscribing to the actual blog recently and liking our posts for the podcast. So I appreciate that. Yeah. No one's ever commented on our podcast as long as Corey and I have been doing it since 2015.
It's because we have flawless opinions and nobody disagrees.
Yeah. But I do appreciate when people actually watch these or see that they're even there, even if they're just liking for the fact that, oh, you looked at Toy Soldiers. Cool. That's nice.
Engage with us. We don't like to talk.
We do want to hear, like, if you have any ideas about, like, what you want to hear about from the 90s, even if we put it on the shelf, like you suggest a 96 film, we'll always want to consider it.
Or comment which one of us is your favorite?
Ooh. You're the wild card.
All
All right.
I'm
kids.
wild enough card.
Oh, next time, we are going to focus on the film I first saw in theaters. The first film I saw in theaters. So that'll be exciting.
Debbie does Dennis.
Kristen might have a mark.
Yeah, I'm wearing a button-down shirt, so I can't show you this time, but we'll get there next podcast.
Wait, we didn't do that already?
It's June 91. We just passed the 30th anniversary in real time because it's July 4th today.
Oh, that's why it's in my memory. Okay. I know. Yeah.
But
surprise y'all next time.
Yeah.
Stay tuned.
Also, happy 4th of July, everybody, because this one.
Happy 4th of July, 3 weeks late.
Yep. Happy birthday! Happy Bastille Day a week after.
He was also in Space Jam.
Yeah, he was.
Which the sequel of which is coming out in like 2 weeks now as of recording.
No, actually, by the time this podcast comes out, it'll have come out on Friday.
Yep.
Actually, the same day as our podcast.
You're gonna know how atrocious it was by then.
Yeah. If you watch it first. What? Listen to our podcast first.
Always listen to the podcast first.
Over.